All right, now let's get into the books I read last week. I'm going to give them a rating, and then I'm going to tell you what Comic Geeks has them rated. So first off, The Blind Bag comic that broke the internet. The Monster and the Wolf issue 1. I gave this a 4.4. Comic Geeks gave it a 4. I thought this was a solid monster book. I absolutely love Mark Spear's art. I'm kind of curious how much he's doing on computer. It seems just so detailed. But really like his art. I really like his stories. They are very quick reads. Like, Mark Spears doesn't waste a lot of time with dialogue. If you told me there was only like 60 words in that comic, I would believe you. Next up, Titans issue 28. I gave a 3.6. Comic Geeks gave a 3.4. This is a KO tie-in, and this is 100% just about the Titans coming up with plans of how to do a mass exodus of Earth and get all the humans off planet before the big rumble starts. Next up, we got Nightwing, issue 131. I gave this a 4.1. Comic Geeks gave it a 4.2. Absolutely love Nightwing. If you haven't read the Tom Taylor stuff, that is really, really good. I've been reading his Tom Taylor run on my tablet, and yeah, that is really good. So if you're not a big Nightwing guy, I would recommend just checking out that Tom Taylor run. You can also get it on free apps. Can't remember, what is it, Spokio or something like that. If you have a library card, you can get free access to I believe it's Spokio, probably way off, but there is free library apps. And if you have a library card, you can read a ton of free comics on it. It takes a little bit to get used to reading it on the tablet, but once you do, like, I mean, I prefer the paper issues, but I also like that I'm saving money because my purchases are outrageous. All right, then we read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder issue 2. I gave this a 4.3. Comic Geeks gave it a 4.2. Thought this was great. Turtles all around has been amazing. The Casey Jones first comic was great. This has really, really been good. Shredder is kind of working for a covert government group to, I don't know. He's fighting other bad guys, but he's working for them to do stuff, but he's also doing it for himself to let everybody know that Shredder's back and he's going to be taking his rightful throne. Then we got The Lucky Devils, issue 5. I gave this a 4.2. Comic Geeks gave it a 4.3. If any of you have been watching my videos, I praise this book a lot. The art is amazing. The writing is incredible. It's a very fun, very dark humor book, but I highly recommend you checking that out. Bam! Blue Falcon and Dynamite, issue 2. I gave this a 4.3. Comic Geeks gave it a 4.1. This has been very solid. Blue Falcon is on the warpath in this one because some people gunned down his dog in issue 1. So, very good watching him beat up people. 30 Days of Night, Falling Sun, issue 1. I gave a 4.1. Comic Geeks gave a 4.0. This was a solid start to a horror book. If you haven't seen 30 Days of Night, it is one of the best vampire movies ever. Justice League Red, issue 3. I gave this a 3.8. Comic Geeks gave it a 3.7. I would have dropped this after issue 2, but it is going to be having a tie-in to the KO event, so I figured I'll just keep reading it. This one did get a little bit better. It ends with kind of a little screen of Shazam, and they're saying that they're being told that they have to take him out. Then we got New Gods, issue 11. I gave this a 4.5. Comic Geeks gave it a 4.4. New Gods has all around been just amazing. I don't think a single title I've given under a 4 or a 4.1. The art's cool. The story is really, really well written. I've never been a New Gods guy, but I am going to be digging into New Gods lore a lot more after reading this. Then we got They Choose Violence, issue 5. I gave this a 3.7. Comic Geeks gave it a 3.7. This is the last book in the story. For the full story, I give it a 3.8. I thought the first couple books were really good, and then it just kind of progressively dropped off a bit. But it's really good art. It's really over-the-top violence. Would I say go buy it? Maybe check it out on one of those library apps. It'll be on there in a while for free. Survive, issue 2. I gave this a 4.2. Comic Geeks gave it a 4.2. Really cool book. It's by the company Bad Idea. I'm telling you, they do not make bad stuff. Everything I've read from them has been really good. I mean, top of the line art, really good writing. That one is just about a submarine that's sinking and kind of different point of views of two different guys trying to get to I believe it's called an air pod, but that's just a little section in the submarine that is built in case of a crash or something. These little sections have oxygen, and you can stay in there for a certain amount of time in hopes that someone comes and rescues you. Racer X, issue 2. I gave this a 4.3. Comic Geeks gave it a 4.2. This has been so much better than I was expecting. I honestly only bought issue 1 because it had a cool cover, and that was a small week, but yeah, I did not expect to like this much. Really, really good. I'm going to have to go buy the Speed Racer books that tie in with this, because it's just that good. Never Wars, issue 5. I gave this a 4.1, and once again, nobody else rated it on Comics Geeks. I don't know. I guess people got sick of Peter Pan. There was a period there when a lot of Peter Pan stuff was getting pumped out. I did not buy any of those, but I bought this one just because it's by a super indie company, and I thought the art looked cool, which the art is really awesome in those. It's just a super dark story involving Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan's world, and the Wizard of Oz, and it's all kind of combined into one thing, and everything's been turned upside down. Alright, then these books I got last week. Like I said, I cook for the comic shop, and in return they give me store credit. So with my store credit last week, I decided to finally investigate the Ghost Machine universe. So happy I did. So happy I did. So the first one I got was Geiger, issue 1. I gave this a 4.4. Comic Geeks gave it a 4.3. Really cool superhero. He's kind of in a post-apocalyptic world, and he's radiating radiation. But yeah, it's really good. Really, really good. Then we got Redcoat, issue 1. I gave this a 4.3. Comic Geeks gave it a 4.2. This is a second printing, so I will buy me a first printing. He's a smartass Revolutionary War soldier. They call him Redcoat because he keeps his red coat, but he cannot die. He feels all the pain, but always comes back. But he's just a real sarcastic, funny character. So far, it doesn't appear as though he has any superpowers other than being able to take a beating, and since he can't die, he always survives. Then we got Rook Exodus, issue 1. I gave this a 4.5. Comic Geeks gave it a 4.5. This was one of the best books I've read this year. I am so excited to buy more of these. I'm undecided if I will buy a eBay lot and just buy all of the individual issues, which is kind of where I'm leaning. I like to have the individuals, but they do have some really nice looking omnis of several of these books. So I'll have to decide what I want to do there. But yeah, Rook Exodus, if you haven't read it, highly recommend you go check it out. They are on a different planet where they are supposed to be kind of mining for resources, but the corporation pulls out of there, goes back to Earth, and so only a few people are left. They have these helmets that can control the animals up there. So our main character, Rook, can control certain birds. His best friend can control the pigs and boars. Another guy can control bears. And they can use these animals to kind of help them fight. And Rook right now is trying to put together a spacecraft so he can get back to Earth. But he's having to kind of use the birds to scout for him and find the pieces for the spaceship that he needs. Really, really good, though. Highly recommend. Then we got Ghost Machine. I gave this a 4.4. Comic Geeks gave it a 4.0. This is basically just a big book that has a little section of each Ghost Machine comic in it. All the comics are great, so it's a good book. And it was only $4.99, and this is... can't remember how many pages, but this is a good amount bigger than a regular comic. So if you're going to read the Ghost Machine books, maybe just check that out first. Don't waste your money. Check that out, see if you like any of the stuff, and then go buy it. All right, and then last up, or no, not last up. Then we read... the comic shop owner, Dan, told me he thought I would enjoy this. Court, Children of the Round Table, issue 1. I gave this a 4.0. That was given to me for free, so I didn't have to buy it. So that was nice, but it's a very fun... kids go on an adventure, kids find magical weapons. Each of the weapons has like the spirit of the person, so one of the kids has King Arthur's sword, and King Arthur is communicating to him through the sword. Another kid has like whoever the wizard's staff was. Let's call him Gandalf. One of them has a weapon from Lancelot. But it's fun seeing the weapons all kind of arguing with each other and then arguing with the kids. Sometimes a fun book is fun. And then I bought issue 2, Children of the Round Table. I gave this a 4.0. It looks like I forgot to see what Comic Geeks rated it. I'm guessing it's around a 4. It's a solid book. I will continue buying that. There's not a ton of issues in that story, so I think there's only a couple more, but definitely a good palate cleanser. I read a lot of more dark, kind of twisted stuff. I also read like a lot of real books, horror books, so that's a nice one to read and just not read about serial killers or demented clowns. And then I just finished up last night Justice League Dark, Volume 1 by James Tynion, which is like issues 1 through 7. I gave that a 4.4, and Comic Geeks has it as a 4.3. That's the first of Justice League Dark I've ever read, and I am a massive fan now. I am a massive fan of Detective Chimp. I want to go back and read as much of him as I can. I also want to read more about Blue Devil, just all those characters. Constantine, I started reading Hellblazer last night on my tablet. So far, really good. I loved the movie. I've read a little bit of Constantine when he is featured or appears as a guest in other comics, but I've never just read a Constantine comic on its own. So, but yeah, I loved the Keanu Reeves movie, which I know a lot of diehard Constantine fans did not like. You know, he didn't use the British accent, and there were some other differences. But I'm really hoping that they make the sequel to that movie, or give us another Constantine in the DCU. And he better be chain smoking and acting like an asshole, or we riot. But all right, so it's Saturday. It's Friday. Saturday's tomorrow, and I'm going to a horror convention on the west side of the state. I get to get out of the desert for a while. Maybe I'll see some rain. So I'm super excited for that. There's going to be a lot of horror movie celebrities there, but the amount they charge currently for autographs or for photos is outrageous. I will not do any of that. If I see any of them in the wild, I will give my buddy my phone, and I will run up and photobomb them. What's up, Elvira? But yeah, it's like $100 for a picture with her, and from what I read online, they're doing that to charging so much for their autographs to kind of try to stop the scalpers, but nothing seems to stop scalpers. They're scum of the earth. Don't buy shit from scalpers. But yeah, so I'm going to watch some movies. I don't know what movies I'll watch yet. I may watch Black Phone 2. That looks pretty good. I really enjoyed the first one, and I liked the book. It's not really a book, it's a short story in a book. But alright, that's enough jibber jabber. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all those who like and subscribe. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk later.